Hello, this is Colin Jenkinson, the substitute teacher. Today we're trying out a new camera. Ooh. Alright, well, you're probably going to see more of the fingerboard than my pretty face, so here we go. Today we're going to cover more of an extension exercise. You can kind of look at it as substitutions, but mostly extensions. I kind of stole this from Steve Adelson, a Chapman stick player, and I'm also a Chapman stick player, and I messed around with it on my Chapman stick. I went, hey, cool, and added a little bit more to it, and then tried it on the bass, and this is what I came up with. So Steve Adelson said that if you play like an A drone, and you have your typical root position A minor chord, starting here on this A, minor third, perfect fifth. You can get this sound. Let's tune that up a bit. Alright, so Steve suggested moving this shape back this way a fifth. Magically, you get a lot of the same notes that are in the chord in different spaces, plus a 9. Here's a 9. This is now flat 7, and this is a fifth. So on the Chapman stick or like a piano, you can have one hand playing the A note, and the other hand playing this root position of A minor, and I don't know. We'll probably be redoing this in a second. Anyways, but here we're gonna do we're just gonna use our open A as a sort of a drone. All right, so if we go. It's an easy way to use less thought to get an A minor and add an A minor slight difference of voicing and a 9. Now in my twisted mind I went, oh, what if we go back another fifth? If I had my 5 string, it'd be easier to show, but I don't. So I'm going to take the second move right here and transfer it down to this B here. Hear how it is the same. Okay, then my added twist was, what happens if we go back another fifth? Well, what happens is we get a major 6, which goes great with 2 chords, and is a very jazzy sounding 6 on minor chords. Carol Kay used to tell me that whenever you're playing jazz and you see a minor chord, go for a major 6 rather than a minor. If you're doing rock or folk, go for the minor 6 on the minor. So I'm kind of thinking here more in jazz terms. So we got a major 6. Here we got a 4th, also known as your 11th. And here's a 9. And here's, below that 9, is our root. The 9 is also known, as we all know, as the 2. So we can get the riff. Resolve, or we can do it this way. A little bit trickier that way. Now that we're at the A right here, we go to 2 frets below. We got our flat 7 in the A. Across from that is our C, which is the flat, the minor third. Here's an A, which is our perfect fifth, and yet another octave. Of course, 2 frets below the octave, flat 7. If we go back to the fifth, 2 frets below that, a 4th, also known as our 11. So we can get really tricky and go. chromaticisms between the 4th and the 5th, the flat 7, and the root. Root. So we can go. Whoops, try again. A fun sort of 3-note triple stop is to play a root, flat 7, and a minor 3rd, and ignore the 5th, which of course you can add either, if you have a long pinky you can hit it, or for you crazy tappers like myself, you can just tap that 5th in. Now often in all the harmonics of a root, you got a 5th in there somewhere that you can still add to the chord, so you can usually leave out a 5th on some of these triple stops. You got a nice sounding chord, B-note chord. An octave higher sounds a lot even better, much clearer. Now what's neat about this chord is on here you can go up 2 frets on the minor 3rd and get our 4th, also known as our 11th. Here we have our flat 7 up to another octave. So a cool lick is root. So, in the terms of showing off this whole idea, I'm going to start off with this triple stop and a few licks, and add the rest of that stuff I showed you with the chromaticisms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. And thank you. We'll see you next time on The Substitute Teacher.